Hey guys, Ivy and I want to wish everybody Merry Christmas that is coming up. Oh, look at that. Tell me that isn't a cute cat. She says hello to one and all of you. All right. So let's talk about the metal markets because this is your weekend edition, and it is for Friday, the 16th of December, 2022. She's just sitting here having a good time. All right. This was the week that obviously, we saw all the central banks gang up, and those banks went bonkers out of Europe with the European Central Bank, Bank of England, Norge Bank, Swiss National Bank. They all got together and they joined in with Fed Chair Powell, who was the day before as the choir boy, 50-point hikes, and we're not stopping. We have to beat this inflation down. Labor markets are too strong, even in their countries. And that's what they have to do. They have to get on it. I've never seen in the many years that I've watched Miss Lagarde her that hawkish ever. And I have watched her. I've been a fan of hers for a very long time. I thought she'd be a great ECB president. She is. I thought Draghi was one as well. And I think this is a very interesting time, super interesting time. Before I get ahead of myself, for those of you that want to get the Outside Day course, we've just put it up on the website today. So if you go to our website at iraepstein.com and you go under the word education, you'll see a drop-down menu. It's there, and away you go if you want to take a look and see what's all going to be there. I can tell you ahead of time, we're going to put a special price on it for Christmas, and that'll come out Monday. It'll end Christmas Day. So you might want to look at the course on there, get a feel, and then I'll announce it Monday. Is that fair enough for everybody? And I'm going to reduce the price for Christmas, and that's it. It's over, and then it goes up again. All right. So as I said, I'm looking at these markets trying to figure out what are they going to do one way or the other here. And I think you have to accept the fact that the people that think the Fed's going to pivot are wrong. Don't listen to them. The only way they're going to pivot is if the economy goes galloping downward. I mean galloping downward. Then they will pivot. At the end, they have to save the economy. But right now, what's the message of all the Fed members that you're listening to? It is so simple. The labor market is too strong. And with that labor market that strong, you're keeping demand in the market for goods and the like. Now, the interesting thing with the goods and the like is I keep reading how everybody that is selling retail products, their warehouses are full. It's probably going to be a great after Christmas time to buy things on sale. I'm making my list already. When I read that, be it clothing, other items, I'll bet that there's some phenomenal deals to be had. So keep your eye out for that. So when we look at the chart, what gold has done is overall on a monthly basis, it came down from the depths of you-know-what, came back, and now we're back to a neutral area. I didn't say a price, area. Your first challenge coming up of the 18-month moving average of closes. Okay, it's a big number. The market has stayed over the weekly 18-week moving average of closes. The bias is up. You can afford a good break in this market and keep the bias up. The market's worked its way up, and it's acting a bit tired. Okay, I don't think you can argue that. Yes, you have the swing line with higher lows, higher highs, but you're fighting at the 100-week average, and you're not going anywhere. And you've been there now 3 weeks in a row, and you stuck your neck up one time this week to the Bollinger Band, and it got thrown right back. Could be that the market on a weekly basis wants to pull back a little bit. You are not embedded. Without it being embedded, you have a market that's got readings in the 80s. I back away from that. I don't like to buy that. It either embeds at this point or corrects. That's typically what occurs. The gold-silver ratio's going still down to the point where, yeah, silver can lose a little against gold because it's going on a straight line down here, almost from 95 to 77. You can get a correction in it, and it would make sense as you're fighting the 100-day average and the Bollinger Band. So I can do that, but this market's acting like it's on its way to embedding. Take a look. Both numbers were over 80 this week. If I come back one more week, both numbers over 80. They weren't the week before. Give me one more week and I turn very aggressive on the bull side of silver. So I have to let this 4-day week that's coming up go by me, but that's what I'm looking for. In the copper market, I told you I didn't think we were going anywhere against the upper Bollinger Band last week, and I'm going to repeat it. I don't think you are. You can easily pull back right here. And by the way, copper could get hit along with the energies temporarily as the amount of COVID cases, both now in the United States and Asia, it is exploding in China. Beijing is a ghost city. On their own, the people are closing their stores. The companies are closing down. This is what you want. You don't need the government and the soldiers closing you down. The people are locking themselves in. This is the win for President Xi. This is the quick pivot. I didn't think it was going to go this fast, but I don't think anybody did. And what they did is they gave the people the choice, and the people are smart. Now, are they going to be in trouble medically? Absolutely, but that was going to happen regardless because their vaccines aren't that effective and they don't have immunities because they've been locked away so long. So it's going to be a worst case scenario probably. That isn't bullish, the metals right here. Keep that in the mind. Read the news on it. You will see I'm right. It's every day. That's what you're reading about. Let's hope the wave gets over quick for them. But I can argue that you made your top in the platinum up to the upper band in the 100, twice actually, and maybe you get back to the lower moving averages here. It's certainly not a bearish chart, I'll tell you that. In the dollar index, you either embed or you don't. So if you don't lock it in, be careful. Do I want you to press against the lower Bollinger Band? No. There's time. The dollar will have corrections along the way, but I think it still can be sold here, and I'm still looking for lower prices overall. I'm sorry about that. All right. So you put this all together. You see the Bollinger Bands, the top and the bottom. Do you know how to work with them, how to play with them? If not, please take a look at this and take advantage of learning about Bollinger Bands. Welcome. I'm Ira Epstein, and I'm here to talk about my enhanced Bollinger Band course. Now, many of you have taken my regular charting course, and if not, you might think you know something about Bollinger Bands. As you know, Bollinger Bands are an algorithm designed to keep the market trading within it 95% of the time, and on a chart, it will offer on the top part resistance, on the bottom support, and the idea is the market will travel within them. We know that sometimes it latches onto that band, goes up or goes down. Well, how do you play with that? Can you pyramid the positions off that type of thinking? Well, I've applied all three of these into 13 different videos that teach you my concept of it. And from that concept, you're able to work with weekly charts and or daily charts. The 13 videos, each about 7 minutes long. The idea here is not to put you in school forever, but to teach. Now, if you haven't tried my complete futures research, I throw that in as well. Whether you've tried this or not, I think it's worth taking a look at. I think you're going to learn something from there. That research, by the way, covers twice daily market updates for you and access to what I call window envelope numbers, which I think are very important when looking at these Bollinger Bands. The next part is a trial to our charting software so you can make your charts look the same way that mine do. It's that simple. Where do you go with it and how do you get all this? It's simple. You go to our website, www.iraepstein.com. If you go to the word education, everything you need is answered there. You can also call my staff. They'll be happy to help you get set up. I'm Ira Epstein on the road to your education.